Hi, I'm Chetna Makan here in the Food 52 kitchen making nutty jaggery toaster pastries. I love American bakes and I wanted to do some bakes with my own twist on them. So a little bit of Indian touch to this, and I am making these pastries, filling them with nutty jaggery filling, which is inspired by Indian sweets. Now jaggery is unrefined sugar really. It's kind of like the sugarcane juice, a concentrate of that. So the color of this might vary. Sometimes you find like a lighter brown color, sometimes you can get a really deep brown color, and it tastes kind of caramelly really, but a smoky caramel. It's absolutely delicious actually. And only just recently I have tried one of these.
Tasty toaster tarts?
And I thought, no, I can do a little bit more spiciness and loveliness to this. So I'm going to start with some flour here, a little bit of salt, some sugar. It's a very simple pastry. And you can use a food processor for this as well. Just mix it up. And then we add some cold butter. And just rub it in to get like a breadcrumb texture. I'm going to show it to you. And you can see the butter has broken up and it's kind of like a breadcrumby texture, which is exactly what we're looking for. So now I'm going to add the cream cheese to this. Again, I've just cut it into smaller pieces. So this makes the pastry a bit softer and this makes it a bit creamier. I love it. So that is looking fine. It's just broken up a little bit. And now I've got some ice water. Obviously you can add all the water quantity together, but I just prefer adding a little bit at a time. Again, because once you've added enough, you can stop, but you can't take it out of the dough. So mix it up and then add the more water. Should be enough. Yeah. And once it starts to come together, I'm just going to get it on a clean surface and just knead it for a few seconds. And it really is this simple. And kneading it like this just will ensure that all the butter and the cream cheese has mixed in evenly. And that's it. So this needs to chill. So I'm just going to roughly divide it into two, shape it into like a kind of rectangle. And I'll just give it an hour in the fridge, just so the butter and the cream cheese are slightly set and it's not super soft to roll. I think that one's a bit bigger. Never mind. Right, I'm just going to wrap this in plastic and let it chill in the fridge for 1 hour. For the filling, I'm using some nuts and some jaggery, and I thought I'll combine that and make a lovely filling for these toasted pastry. I have to remember it every time. So I have got here cashew nuts, some almonds, and of course the jaggery. And if you can't find jaggery, of course you can use some dark brown sugar. And if you can find jaggery and you're only using a small amount in this lasts a really long time. If you wrap it up and keep it in the cupboard, you can use it for all sorts of Indian food or other recipes. So yeah, it won't get wasted. Now I'm just going to blitz this. And you just want a few chunks of kind of nuts in there. You don't want a completely fine powder. So there is our lovely filling. If you want, you could add a hint of cardamom powder to this or cinnamon powder to this, and that will be quite lovely as well. Or obviously you can just leave it as it is. And now it's time to roll the pastry and fill it up. So you can make this pastry and let it sit in the fridge for up to a couple of days. It's quite good. And then whenever you're ready to enjoy the pastry, then you can fill and bake it fresh. Now that the pastry has rested, I'm just going to roll it out. A littlest bit of flour, you don't want too much. And then roughly looking for a rectangle. And the good thing is that the rolling pin has got a ruler as well. So I'm looking for roughly 12 inch by 10 inch. Okay, let's see. So that is correct now. So now just to make it a bit neater, I am actually going to cut the sides just to even it out. You don't have to do this, but it just makes the end result look nicer. Once we've got a nice neat rectangle, I'm just going to cut it half on this side. And then 4 on this side. So you can measure it out. I'm just not really quite keen on exact measurements because it needs to look homemade and rustic. So I'm going to get 4 of these on the baking tray. Bring them closer. And now goes in our filling, the lovely nutty jaggery. And if you have any of this filling left, again, don't waste it. Just put it on your granola, put it on your breakfast, or just add it to a basic plain cake and it'll be delicious. So here's some beaten egg. We just need a tiny bit. And then goes the other sheet on top. Just press it down to seal. And just prick it with a fork, just so that they don't puff up and there's a way for the air to escape. And then just press on the sides, and obviously it seals it better and also makes them look better. And to finish, I'm just going to do a quick egg wash. It's really important to use the egg if you want that lovely golden color. So you can make them without the egg, but be prepared that it won't be as golden as with the egg. That's the first tray done. I have got one more block, so I'm going to do exactly the same thing with this block, and meanwhile I'm going to put this tray in the fridge to rest, just so everything chills again, the pastry chills and then it bakes better. So this goes in, and I'm going to do the same with this block and chill that tray as well. So these are ready and they've cooled down for 10 minutes, which is the perfect time to enjoy them. And crispy on the outside. Let's look at the filling. Oh, look at that. The kitchen smells amazing. The smell of the jaggery is just beautiful. There are no spices involved, but it smells wonderful. Obviously, you've got to enjoy them when they are fresh out of the oven, still slightly warm. That is wonderful. It's such a lovely blend of East and West. You can check out this recipe on Food 52 and also check out my YouTube channel, Food with Chetna. Thank you. Bye.